Hi, good morning, you guys. It's Monday, obviously, and I thought I would take you through a typical Monday in my life as a nursing student. I'm a level 3 out of 4 nursing student. That's how our school does it, is like levels. Each semester is a level. So I've got about 1 year to go and I'm ready to be done. I really had the Sunday scaries last night, not gonna lie. And like this morning I just woke up like so many different times because I was just like, I feel like I should be studying right now. But I still didn't get out of bed until 8. So at 9 o'clock, I've got ACI 2. That's acute and chronic illness 2. We're on a cardiac unit right now. Not gonna lie, the heart is not my favorite thing. I just think, ICU and critical care nursing is not exactly something I want to go into. Like, that kind of scares the shit out of me. So I'm just, it's interesting, but at the same time, I'm like, ugh, like, it just, you just learn about a bunch of illnesses, hence the name acute and chronic illnesses. Yeah, so we've got a test for that on Friday. Tomorrow, I've got the simulation lab from 8 to 4. Wednesday, I've got a clinical in the hospital from like 5:30 to 6, I think. 5:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. Not a 30-minute clinical, I wish. So yeah, and then Thursday we have an off day, thank goodness, and then Friday I have that test for ACI 2. There's a lot of information for it. I made a Quizlet, but it's got 230 terms on it, so I'm like, okay, that's a lot. Obviously, I'm not gonna have time to study Wednesday. I have a little bit of time to study tomorrow afternoon. And then the thing with the paperwork for the clinical paperwork is if I don't do it on that Thursday off, I will spend the whole, like if I don't start on that Thursday, I will spend Saturday and Sunday doing it because that's how long it takes. So it's kind of like, you got to start early, but also I would like to study on Thursday for that exam Friday. So today I've got that class, and then that's from 9 to 10:40. And then from 11 to 11:50, I've got professional development. It's because it's a Bachelor of Science. You have to do like a research class with the curriculum. And then I've got my OB class, which that one I find interesting because I'm interested in that kind of nursing. Like, I'm thinking OB, NICU. I haven't held a baby since I was 6, and I held my cousin when he was born. But for some reason, that stuff is more interesting to me than the disgusting old, like, wildly overweight people. So that's where my head is at right now. But things could change. I haven't had the clinicals for that. So then I have that until from like 12 to 2:40, I think. And then I'm gonna study from like 2:30 to 5, and then from 5:15 to 6 I've got my spin class. And then my roommates and I have been watching Vampire Diaries together, so I'm hoping to have some time to watch that tonight because I'm actually obsessed. Like, my Explorer page on Instagram is like all edits of Vampire Diaries. So yeah, let's have a good Monday, okay? And let's go to our first class. I'm not gonna show any of my classes because it's just boring. It's a class, it's whatever, So yeah. Okay, I actually have to stop filming on my phone in my car because every time I click record, I stick it in my little holder and then I push the side down to hold it and I turn my phone off and it stops recording. So I just went on a whole tangent about how, I'm just gonna repeat myself again. Basically what I meant to say was my classes are done for the day. Yay. I'm now home. I was literally just chatting up you guys the whole time, and it didn't get a single ounce of it. I had class from 9, it's now like 2:10. Classes were okay, just the usual stress. I got a lot of homework done in one of them. Shh, don't tell the instructor. That made me feel good because this weekend is Super Bowl weekend, which I'm very, I hate football, but I do enjoy like the football and the hanging out, and my friends are grilling, and like people are making dip. Like, I'm gonna bring dip, and that is so exciting. I didn't even know, I knew the Chiefs were in it because of Taylor Swift, but I didn't even know who the other team was that was in it until today. It's the 49ers, in case you were wondering. I know I'm gonna have so much homework this weekend, but we're just gonna do our best to get ahead. It's gonna be rough with that test on Friday, but I really am gonna try not to spend my whole weekends doing homework, because that's honestly how it's been. I should do like a weekend routine, but if you're not interested in that, I probably won't do it unless someone comments right now on this video saying, I want you to do a weekend in your life. But I really don't think anyone gives a shit about that. So now I'm gonna go inside, take a tinkle, because I have to pee very bad. And then I'm going to take like a 15-minute break to like 2:45, 2:30-ish, and just lay and watch some TikToks. And then I'm gonna study my little butt off. And then I'm gonna go to my spin class, which I love, which I haven't gone to go with because I've been working every Monday since I got back. But I worked yesterday so that I could go today. Very excited for that. The instructor tonight is kind of unhinged, but like in the best way. Like, she's so fit. She's like in her 60s and she is just like ripped. She also owns like a yoga studio. It's awesome. She's a badass. So yeah, that's what I'd like to be doing when I'm 60, is teaching spin classes and, you know, working in a yoga studio. But I'm grinding my gears off to be a nurse, so okay, well, I'll see you inside. Favorite part of my day, you might ask? Coming home, changing into sweats, and turning on my space heater. And then I just sit here and kind of rot and just kind of preheat, I guess, and then I get started on my homework. What is going on here? Why is it sticking out like that? I'm gonna preheat for a little. Then once I'm warm enough, you know, and I feel not cold, I can focus on homework type of feel, I'll start my homework. Also, when I went tinkle, something felt a little funny, and now I'm scared, so that's also why I changed into sweats, because I was like, why did that feel like that? So now I'm gonna chug water and hope that I don't have a urinary tract infection. Okay, so I thought I would show a little bit of like how I stay organized with all the stuff and information that I've been given, starting with my planner, which is like my lifeline. I have it separated by color, and I have it here, so I have like all of my clinical days and then like a couple random things like work or, you know, and then I have my colors all here. So the other colors of like my classes. And then when you get into the actual day, so I have everything that's due on Sunday, and then I have it like day by day. Like tomorrow I have the sim lab, and then I'm on the tele floor for my clinical. I have like things that are due, you know, exams. Every night before bed, I do the hour by hour thing, because I need to plan it like the night before. So this is what I did yesterday. Well, this is today, but yeah, so I have it also by weeks up here, and then I have it, you know, like, this is my class, and then I want to study from this time to this time, going to spin, dinner, I want to shower, you know, I give myself some time, bed at 9. Then I have here, like, what's due, and then I also have on Good Notes here all the schedules in a folder here, and then to get even more, I have it month by month in a Google Sheets. I'll show you tonight. So I have like in more detail than I have in here for what's due, because I can write more. So like on Sunday the 11th, I have all of this big long list due, but I was able to get these things done in class today, thank goodness. So it's just kind of like that. It's all color coded by class. And then to have even more, I have it in my Google Calendar of like my clinical schedules, also what's due, also exam dates, just so that I have like a fourth place for me to see everything, because like the last thing I want to do is forget I have an assignment or whatever. And then in the schedules tab in Good Notes, where I have each class's individual schedule, I go week by week and cross it off. So let me show you. So if we go here to spring schedules, we can just go into my peds class. We're on week 3, so I have these all crossed out. I have those that are due. You know, I need all that stuff in order to stay organized. I think like for some people that might be a little too much and like might be aggressive, but that's like the system that works for me. And that's how I stay organized. Also with the sheets thing, I have the dates. I have the dates up here, so it's like the whole month, and then I have it for every single month I'm in school, so yeah. And I also kind of do these week by week and add it, because it's just, there's so much that it's kind of hard to just do it all right now, if that makes sense. To put it all in right now would just be too much. So yeah, now I'm gonna get to studying. It's almost 3, so I'm gonna study from like 3 to 4:45, and then I'm gonna change and get ready for my spin class. Okay, and then one more thing, I'm gonna show you kind of how I study. So I put everything into a Quizlet. So I go straight to flashcards, and then I do answer with definition, and then I turn on card sorting, shuffle them, just so it's different every time so I don't memorize a pattern. And then I have this little whiteboard thing here. I also have that whiteboard there. I kind of like switch off to when I want to stand and sit. Sometimes I go up to the whiteboard if I want to feel like standing for a little bit. This has a lot of terms in it, and as you can see, it has 240 terms. I flip it over, write it down on my whiteboard here, draw a little picture to help me remember it, and then I do the flashcards over and over again. I use the card sorting to help me like focus on the ones that I need help with, and basically just go through them as many times until I remember them, or like for as much time as I can. So like right now I have like 2 hours. I'm gonna go through them. I'm probably not even gonna get through the 240 in 2 hours if I'm being honest, but we'll see. So okay, so I figured I'd give an example of like how I draw my pictures, because I know I said I draw a picture and you might be like, well, like what do you mean? And I see that it says echocardiogram records motion of the heart structure. So I would draw like, it's really stupid, but I promise it works for me. So I draw like a little camera. Okay, this is my camera, and this is like my guy recording it. So he's like, ooh, recording it. And then motion of the heart structure. So I'm just gonna draw a little heart. And when it has structures, I'm just gonna draw like the little valves. Okay. And then it says by bouncing sound waves off the organ. So I know this is stupid, but I'm gonna say like, this is me. Here's like my body. He's an oddly shaped person. So this is me bouncing it off the organ. And then I have the shape, so then I can just do like shape, size, and position. And then it says it's also done at bedside, so I could draw like, this is them laying, here's like a pillow, in the bed, doing it at bedside. Then patient laying on left side, so I could just do like, that helps me because then when I'm going back through the cards, I don't know, my mind just kind of flips to the picture that's going on. So yeah, that's just a little study tip if you needed one. I will also make like flashcards, or just kind of on like a plain piece of paper, a bunch of diagrams. If there's like a bunch of similar things that I need to like differentiate, that will help me like when I get to like the flashcards with everything, I'll be like, oh, okay. So it kind of like narrows down the studying. So for example, like we're learning about cardiac dysrhythmias, and there's like 1,000 different types of them. So I'm just gonna make little flashcards to kind of help me like narrow it down. And like doing the the flashcards, I can kind of draw it out, and being able to like draw out the rhythm helps me. Or like when it comes to like a medication, because there's different classes of medication. So it's just stuff like that, like where it's just like you've got a lot of similar things that you need to differentiate. I like to, you know, kind of write it down so that I can come back and look to it at it. So I'm about to do that right now, so I'll kind of show you what that looks like when I'm done. And it lets me color, so it's like arts and crafts time. Okay, so I'm finished with that little portion of just kind of writing everything out, so I'll show you my work. So I just kind of write it all out and, you know, color code it just so that I can see what I'm doing, and I can just kind of differentiate all these, because it's kind of a lot to remember. It just helps me kind of realize, helps me get a better picture of what the frick is going on with all of this, because it's a lot of information. So yeah, now I'm gonna get to studying the Quizlet, and I have about an hour until I need to get ready. Okay, time to go to spin. Let's go. Off to spin class. I have to say, my motivation for studying is so deep down in the ground. Like there's just nothing left. And also, I had like a whole meltdown coming back to school after break, just because like I'm over it. Simply put, I'm over it. I've been in school for 18 years of my life. 18 years of my life. That is a child to an adult. I am done, okay? I am ready to adult and be, not adult, actually I don't want to adult at all, but I'm ready to like, you know, not have to spend my weekends doing the exact same thing, doing homework, you know what I mean? Like I'm pretty done with all that. And I have to say that there's that sound of Emma Chamberlain where she's like, if you feel like, okay, I don't want to make fun of her styling, but where she's like, if you feel like you just can't do something, don't do it. Please tell me you know what I'm talking about. Okay, well, if you don't, look it up. So there's a sound for saying that, but like that is simply not an option for me. That's not an option for me. If I don't do an assignment and don't turn it in, I fail the class and have to retake the class itself and redo the entire semester. So like not turning in an assignment for me is like not an option. So like that sound doesn't apply to me because like, do you think I want to be spending my weekends doing homework? Absolutely fucking not. But that's just the way it is. Like I don't feel like doing homework for 8 hours on Sundays and 7 hours on Thursdays. But that's just like where I am right now. Our school, the gym, is where the high schoolers have their swim practice. So you come here and it's like packed with, and like not high schoolers, I think these are like middle schoolers. So it's just absolutely crowded. I feel like I'm having trouble speaking right now. I'm a little tongue-tied for some reason. I think I just like literally studied for like a single hour and now I feel like brain dead. I just don't like to study anymore. I'm ready to not study, but that's not gonna be done for like at least another year, so. Okay, off to spin, bye. Okay, whoa. Done with my spin class. I feel like I'm always in such a terrible mood before, and then I go and work out for like 45 minutes, and then I'm like, I'm fine now. But I'm gonna go home and eat and shower, and I don't really want to keep studying, but we'll see what happens. Realistically, I probably won't, but I really should. Alright, now comes my favorite part of the day, where I lay in bed for 20 minutes and procrastinate going to sleep. I thoroughly enjoy this part of the day. I came home, took a shower, ate dinner. I was so hungry. That dinner was so good. I tried something new this week, was doing veggie patties. I was a little scared. I get scared to make meat, like of any sort. I'm just never sure if I'm cooking all the way through, but they were actually really good. And I'm gonna have that for the next 4 days. I get tired of meal prepping sometimes because eating the same thing 4 days in a row, like I can't eat the same thing. Like once I eat it 4 days in a row, I can't eat that for like a month. So I have to like be very creative with my meal prepping. You know, I had some cereal, a little dessert, little Reese's Pieces, and watched some Young Sheldon with my roommates, and it was fun. Now I'm gonna go to bed and get ready for my sim lab tomorrow. So yeah, this was kind of like a day in my life as a nursing student. I will say every day is different. It's weird because like I'm in a routine, but I'm not, because every single week changes. Like nursing is so unpredictable, and it just feels like you can't really form a routine, but you do the best that you can. Like I feel like that's the best way I can explain it. Wish I had more time to make more vlogs, because when I edit my vlog, it's like, so a part of my like routine that I'm like made for myself is that every Friday after class, I don't do any homework and I let myself just kind of have a brain break, and I lay in bed for like 5 hours and just edit. And I love to edit, so I enjoy it. It's like a good time to let me calm down, but I wish I had more time to make videos, but I don't. Maybe this summer. For now, every Saturdays. So yeah, see you next week. Please subscribe if you enjoyed this video. If you didn't, you should still subscribe. Bye!